going down, fuck the word, I'm a thug. Tell him, can't nothing stop me but a slug.
We'll talk about Jon Jones just a little bit here, because there's been a lot of talk about Jones and like his legacy, right? I mean, how we talked about it a little bit last time, but he came out with this tweet a couple of days ago, and actually, let me pull it up because it won't make sense if I don't read it directly. Because he was talking, he finds a way to make himself the victim every time, right?
Is this the tweet where he said that this is how he figures out who are his friends and all that stuff?
He goes, this is a tweet. Times like these remind me how blessed I truly am, so much to be grateful for. But there was one, and I can't find it now. He might have deleted it, where he says this is when you find out who your friends are. Look, man, the first time you got popped, okay, I get it. People are probably like, okay, it's cool. It probably was a tainted supplement, whatever. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Those same people are gonna fucking bail on you, aren't they? They're gonna be like, fuck, you're lying, right? It's kind of fucked up. But Fred, what do you think about that?
Yeah. I don't give a shit about none of that, man. I mean, listen, I guess like I said, if USADA comes out and apologizes, the B sample comes back clean, he didn't cheat, it was all a big mix-up, then yeah, I'll take this back. But that seems rather unlikely at this point, that it was just all a big mistake. But if it was all a big mistake, then my bad. If it wasn't all a big mistake and you fucking got caught with that shit in your system, I tell you what, it fucking ruined your legacy for all of me. Fuck your legacy. Your legacy is more than called into question. It's fucked because it's so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's so hard to judge his career properly looking back thinking that he might have been cheating. So it's like, yeah, look what he did to so-and-so. Look what he did to so-and-so. But goddamn, back then we didn't have USADA. Fucking Jon Jones. You remember the old school story about him hiding under the ring at Jackson's? You remember the urban legend myth about that? I remember hearing about that shit way back when.
Here's the thing: there's urban myths and there's legends, and there's a lot of people repeating the same fucking story from different sources.
Well, yeah, man. Where there's fucking smoke, there's fire. Then he gets caught with dick pills. I mean, come on, man. His teammate, somebody's trying to ruin this kid's life.
Bullshit.
Why? Who?
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Regarding that tweet, though, the thing is that he should have learned from his first experience, right? All the people that left and then came back after he was back on top, yeah, don't hang out with those people. Don't let those people back into your life. Like, we all know that Jon Jones is surrounded by a bunch of yes men, a bunch of people that allow him to do whatever the hell he wants. Jackson has been on record saying that he can't really do anything outside of the gym, right? He can get him ready for fights. He can make sure he does this and that. Other than that, he has no control over Jones. Jones is just surrounded by morons that think, oh yeah, John, go ahead, do that coke, Oh, hey, let me introduce you to the stripper. Like, all these bad influences around him, and he just thinks that all this is gravy. Now he gets popped again.
Hold on, Jesse. Let me hold on. Sorry to interrupt you, but let me just jump in for a minute, dude. I don't see how one's got nothing to do with the other. Like, I don't give a fuck who introduces him to the whores and the coke. You can do they're not. I don't suggest you do that. But when he was doing those things, I wasn't really hating on him like that. And like Greg Jackson, fair enough, man. I'm not your daddy. I'm your trainer. If you want to go cheat on your old lady tonight, you're supposed to be at home with your wife, and you want to go fuck some whores and do some blow, that's a personal decision. But you hiding under the fucking ring, and I don't think that fucking Greg Jackson don't know that guys in his fucking gym are juicing.
Oh, for sure.
He's been around long enough to know what's up. Like, that just is something different. If you want to make bad decisions in your life, there's lots of superstars who have done that, and that's a different topic. If you want to be fucking Lance Armstrong, you cocksucker, that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? They're just, I try to separate them so much because, like, I don't hold the Diaz brothers nothing for smoking weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they tested positive for steroids, I swear to Christ, test positive for steroids, I'm never watching the sport again. I'm not fucking about.
I understand you, Fred, but I also think that if you create a habit where you have guys around you that don't even look out for your best interest. Like, oh, hey, John, you shouldn't drive today. Oh, you shouldn't do this. And then you go
Fair.
up to some, go check this out. This guy over here where I was weight training gave me these steroids to inject, or these pills to take. You don't think those same guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, John, you should totally do it. You could go kick some more ass, or just don't
Bad
say anything.
influences overall.
That's what I'm saying.
I dig what you're saying. Yeah, bad influences overall. No doubt. I can dig what you're saying. It's probably the same guy that has the coke and the steroids, more than likely.
Here's the thing, though. But again, it's personal choices. You made the choice to take that shit.
Right.
Whether or not it was tainted or anything, the fact that you knew it was a questionable source says everything I need to know about you. You're either reckless, stupid, or an asshole, and you fucking cheated on purpose. That's literally where we're at. The first time around, legit.
Pretty much, yeah.
The first time around, I was like, look, maybe he's right. Maybe he did. He was messing around. He's a young guy. He wants to have some fun. Go for it, right? I didn't give a shit about the coke. I didn't give a fuck. Do coke if you want to. Fuck it. Tyson did, and he was a champion. Okay, do your thing.
Right.
But when you get busted the second time, and this time is that T-ball shit, which is an old school steroid. That's old school steroid, bro. All right. Then it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Okay.
Well, they said that shit like helps make your bones denser.
Weird.
Bruh.
Weird. Now,
That's like barbarian shit. Jesus
I'm
Christ,
saying.
John.
Imagine if he'd been taking that for a while. That kick that DC got.
Yeah.
Woo!
But did you
DC might be able to do something about this shit. What's up, Jesse?
Did you hear what Victor Conte was saying? That it's possible that he was taking something else and it got tainted with this tribunal or whatever it is. So he's saying that because it's so old school, nobody would use it in the way that it's intended. Right. That the only way you would probably get it is because you were taking some other supplement that was tainted with this. So, and it's coming from Victor Conte, so he knows a couple things about things.
Yeah, he does. But at the same time, there's also a lot of theories out there. People said that somebody from DC's team came in, tainted his orange juice. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Okay.
No, that's stupid.
I'm saying. All right. Fuck. I just lost who said it because it's one of my favorite comments tonight. Uncle Hank's Pappy says Ted Bundy had a legacy too. Goddamn right he did. Yeah. Fucking.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The homie Jeremiah from the Hardcore MMA show says, interesting fact though. Why would he take it the night of the fight? That's the weird part, but maybe he's just that dumb.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he fucking thought that it wouldn't pop up in his system that quickly. I mean, I'm grasping for straws here, but moving up the heavyweight afterwards, so he was planning for a quick turnaround. I mean, he is the same dude that snorted blow and fucked whores about 10 days outside of his first DC fight. So
how crazy is that story, though? God,
I mean,
damn.
he is the same guy that hit a pregnant lady, got out, dipped, ran back to get a bowl, not a pound of weed or a couple ounces, but a marijuana bowl. He's a bit of a dummy, man. So don't get me wrong, Jeremiah. I feel you, man. That's weird. But I don't know if it just came out that John's a little fucking stupid.
It might be.
And made a bad decision. That wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world at this fucking juncture.
No, he's a good question. And I actually like this question a lot because I've been wondering this for a while. This is Raider, and Raider says, okay, if Jones only gets 2 years, who the hell's gonna work with him? If Sample B comes back positive, he's completely embarrassed Jackson Wink. Okay, if that happens, he gets 2 years. And again, he did embarrass Jackson Wink. Let's say he got 4 years. Who's gonna work with him? You know what I mean?
Oh, well, listen, money talks, bullshit walks. People will work with him. Yeah. I wouldn't put all the money out to say, Jackson wouldn't work with him in a couple of years. We all know little fucking Greg likes his money. But listen, if he doesn't, somebody out, he's still – the thing about it is no matter what, man, he will always be Jon Jones at this point, even if he gets 4 years. If in 4 years' time he says he wants to make a comeback, he might have to slide off to Japan or somewhere for a few fights. But no matter what, from now on, he'll be Jon Jones, man. And, I mean, as much as the sport is turned on him now, 4 years from now, I mean, if he's actually able to remotely stay together or something, who knows, man? I mean, maybe we will have forgiven, forgotten by that point, or I don't know. 4 years is just so fucking long, man. It's so hard to tell what the fucking air will be
I
like
mean,
then.
What's up?
think about it. I think Fred has been the most like devastated by these news, and if he tests positive and everything, and I think if Fred owned an MMA gym and Jon Jones walked in there after 4 years and said, "Hey, I want to come back," Fred would be like, "All right, your money's still good here. It's all good."
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Fred,
You got a pretty good point, Jack. I'd be like, well, fuck. Can we get an Instagram picture?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all kinds of people, man. You could have the most highly respected person, and you can throw some money at them, and they're still gonna do what they got to do. At the end of the day, people got to make their living somehow. Jackson's no different. I don't see Jackson abandoning him at this point either.
I don't know. I wouldn't see if it comes out that it's for sure that he used. You know what I mean? And he gets suspended. I don't see why Jackson would be like, oh yeah, keep hanging around here, be a bad influence for the rest of my guys. Why not?
Motherfuckers love it to be